do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is ACMG TV's The Playground. I am your host, Xavier Josiah. This is ACMGWarpZone.com, and I am super excited about what I'm about to review here. Since its inception and announcement at E3 2015, myself and many other G1 Transformers fans have been dying to play Transformers Devastation. Now that it is here, we have the chance to check out whether it meets expectations as far as gameplay, graphics, and overall experience. So we're going to find out all this and more in this episode of The Playground.
Insecticons!
Plasma energy also detected.
It seems our theory may have been correct, Soundwave.
Megatron may have been referring to Activision and Platinum Games for coming out with this almost perfect version of what we believe is a true Transformers game. Transformers Devastation for the Xbox One, Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and PlayStation 4 could in fact be my dream game. Ever since my childhood discovery of Transformers G1, I've always wanted two things out of it. One is an actual movie that brought it to life, which Michael Bay loosely, contribute to that. And two, an actual video game that met the expectations and true heart of the G1 series. Well, 1 out of 2 isn't bad here, as it looks like Platinum Games and Activision have finally got the formula correct. Platinum Games, which is known for such games as Bayonetta 2 and Metal Gear Solid Revengeance, just to name a few, has gone overboard to make sure that we get the total G1 experience that we all grew up and loved. With beautiful cel-shaded graphics, character design, and vibrant colors, you can't deny that this is by far one of the best G1 translations ever to hit video games. Transformers Devastation storyline is what you would expect if you know anything about the G1 or Generation 1 storylines of Transformers. Once again, Megatron has discovered a way to gather plasma energy, which will allow him to recreate the Earth into his own Cybertronian vision. It is up to Optimus Prime, along with Autobots Bumblebee, Wheeljack, Sideswipe, and of course the fan favorite Grimlock, to accompany him to stop Megatron and all of his forces. Within this storyline, there is a mention of an ancient Prime by the name of Nova Prime. He looks to be a big threat and is a rogue to the Autobots and will possibly appear within a later version or even the sequel. Some of the many benefits of playing Transformers Devastation is getting a chance to hear the old classic voices from the series. Returning to the cast of Transformers Devastation is of course Peter Cullen reprising his role as Optimus Prime. Frank Welker is also the treacherous Megatron, as well as Soundwave. Dan Gilbertson also playing Bumblebee, and you might recognize him as Peter Parker aka Spider-Man in Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, and the almighty Greg Berger reprising his role as Dinobot leader Grimlock. Of course, some fans realized that some voices couldn't return, such as the late great Casey Kasem, who played Cliffjumper and so many other voices, not only in the Transformers universe, but in many other animations possible. And of course, the late great Chris Leda, known for his voice of Starscream and Cobra Commander on G.I. Joe. However, taking over the role of Starscream is none other than Scott White, who does a pretty close portrayal of the treacherous and traitorous Decepticon. While the voices sound perfect to the cartoon, my only gripe is that I didn't hear that auto-tune sound that gave them that robotic feel that we're all used to, especially when it comes to Wheeljack, Starscream, and Bumblebee to some extent. That was somehow missing from this game, but make no mistake, this takes nothing away from the experience. The other thing that was actually noticeable about Transformers Devastation was in fact the theatrical score that we're all used to from the 80s cartoon. For some reason, none of the music from the old cartoon was even remotely in this game, which is quite surprising. In its place was a new musical score created and composed by Vince DiCola, who you might recognize for doing the score for Transformers the movie in the 80s, as well as the recent Angry Birds Transformers mobile game. While DiCola's score fit the format of what this game entails, it still would have been much better to have the original score from the 80s cartoon or even the actual movie to bring back that nostalgic feel that all fans love more. The gameplay is exactly what you would expect from an action-packed Transformers game. If you played any of Platinum Games' all-out action-packed melee combo button mashers such as Bayonetta 2 and Metal Gear Solid Revengeance, then this is no different. Platinum Games is always known for creating a very fluid and vigorous and yet technical experience with their control schemes. It can be as simple as button mashing in the easy levels or creating combo schemes for your more challenging levels. Platinum Games have created a balance that pleases both novice gamers and hardcore gamers alike. The cameras that you use to pan around the 3D stages is really fluid when battling Decepticons, using it to race around the entire city when chasing other Decepticons, or even the shooting minigame. It all creates a very good experience overall. Another good thing about the gameplay is the ability to actually evolve and upgrade your system. You are allowed to have an RPG experience of developing new weapons or synthesizing them to make them stronger, giving you a much better and more fun experience when going out in the battlefield. And as far as the fanfare goes, Transformers Devastation delivered? That's an understatement. From the introduction of the Insecticons, the Constructicons, and a horde of other surprises that they didn't even release and let anybody know about, thank goodness, this game delivers tenfold. And if you have the chance to pre-order Transformers Devastation, you have the opportunity of being able to get the extra skins, which include Nemesis Prime, which I actually own the Masterpiece version from San Diego Comic-Con, Goldbug, which for some reason they're calling him Goldfire. I don't know what came about that, and others as well. Hopefully from what we saw from this game, there will be more DLC coming down the line. Overall, Transformers Devastation is in fact everything that I, and possibly any other G1 fan, have been looking for a very long time. Transformers Devastation has the potential of becoming a very good series that can be even more fun during the sequels as well. I definitely look forward to seeing what Platinum Games and Activision have in store next. So with that said, I give this a Platinum Prime A. As much as I know this is cliche, this game is definitely more than meets the eye. Ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it for another episode of The Playground. Thank you for checking this out and all of our other Playground reviews. If you haven't seen the rest of them, you can check out more on acmgwarpzone.com. You can also join our Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/ACMG1, as well as check out our podcast, which is playing on iTunes, Stitcher, and here at the acmgwarpzone.com, which is called ACMG Presents Talk Time Live. We have the chance of interviewing such great names as Kyle Habert, Vic Mignogna, Mega Ran, if you're in a hip-hop game, and the lovely cosplay champion, Panterona Cosplay, and many more to come soon. So check us out and more at ACMG, which we are the name for fan-based entertainment. Thank you and take care.